very interesting statement made by Mallikarjun Kharge, a political jibe really, saying the Congress has made South India BJP Mukt. How big a setback is the Karnataka defeat for the BJP, given that now it has practically no footprint left in the south, with the exception of the small union territory of Puducherry? And what does this mean for the BJP in the run up to 2024?
Well, Neha, as far as this particular development is concerned, I was there when Mallikarjun Kharge made this statement, and very clearly it was his victory moment, and he wanted to get the best out of this entire developments, the way they have been able to edge the BJP out of Karnataka. Now, clearly, the what he meant sent a very strong signal, and the kind of catcalls and the whistles and the cheering that happened for this statement of that it is a BJP Mukt South India. So that was something that is a very strong indicator, shows the kind of signal he sent to the neighboring states that the onus is not just with the BJP but also with the other parties in the South India, that how to keep the BJP out of the fray, especially in a state like Telangana, where the BJP has been trying to make a lot of inroads. Now, this is something which has gone down, and clearly the kind of statements that have been made by the Prime Minister in the past of Congress Mukt Bharat. This is the first time that the jibe is getting a jibe back, and clearly a indicator that the victory in Karnataka has given the kind of enthusiasm that the Congress was looking for, and this statement should be taken in that reference only.
Okay, let me now go across to B.S. Arun. Mr. Arun, how do you read the Karnataka mandate? Many will say it was anti-incumbency against the BJP. Some will remind us of the revolving door trend that the Karnataka electorate has followed for close to 4 decades now. Many attributed to the corruption allegations against the Bomai government and the 40% Sarkar tag. Then there are those who attributed to the Lingayat factor. What, according to you, was the single biggest factor that went in favor of the Congress and worked against the BJP? Because one thing is clear, that the Modi magic did not work for the BJP in Karnataka.
Well, it's difficult to point out one single factor. It was anti-incumbency. And there are many other factors. Perhaps anti-incumbency was the main factor. And in addition to that, there were several factors which contributed to the downfall of the BJP government. That included, number one, the price rise. The price rise of commodities like the gas prices, the petrol and diesel prices. I was talking to some of the taxi drivers. They were saying that it's difficult for them to live because of this increase in the oil prices. Likewise, even the below poverty line people, the cost of a gas cylinder, was so exorbitant over the years now, and government had not taken any effort to reduce it. It was taxing the poor people, and like that, the other issue was corruption. For the first time, I'm seeing corruption being an effective election issue. And the Congress managed this particular campaign so well that the Pay CM, the posters that they placed across the state, it really, stuck on Bommai and his ministers and others. So these were some of the issues, and contributing to it was the campaign made by BJP, which centered around communalism, the polarization over and over again. Ever since Kharge made a statement about Modi, and after the release of the Congress manifesto, BJP took it up as though this was the only issue that bothered people. Prime Minister Modi, in almost every public meeting that he addressed, brought out this issue. I think this became a fatigue factor on the voters, and the voters obviously never liked this. The Karnataka voters are not communal in nature, and Karnataka is not some of these northern states, to buy this theory of communalism or any such thing which divides people and maybe confined to a couple of districts like the coastal districts and parts of Shumaga. But then all other districts are not going to buy this. But BJP went on harping on this, and I'm surprised that they didn't realize that voters are not in favor of this, and voters wanted their issues on the ground, issues that they were really bothered about, about which they wanted the government to do something, but the government was not doing it for several years. So these were some of the factors which
Okay.
contributed to the bad
So the
performance of the
BJP,
BJP.
according to you, failed to read the mood of the voters, especially when it came to religious polarizing issues. Let me take this to Shyam Prasad Meka. Mr. Meka, of course, there are issues of development that the Congress chose to focus on. But, I'd like your thoughts on this debate about the caste calculus and how it works in a state like Karnataka versus religious polarization. There are many who have argued that issues like hijab, halal, Tipu Sultan, scrapping of the 4% Muslim quota, and then raising the Bajrang Bali issue in the dying hours of the campaign are issues that boomeranged on the BJP. They misread the mood of the electorate. On the other hand, we know that caste is an important factor in Karnataka. The Lingayats and Vokaligas seem to have voted in large numbers for the Congress. Some also say that the Ahinda rainbow coalition that has been sort of forged by the Congress, by Siddaramaiah in particular, also paid off for the Congress. The coming together of the OBCs, the SCs and the Muslims. According to you, how big were these two factors?
Neha, first of all, you can call me, you don't need to call me Mr. Meka, you can call me Shyam. Okay. So now, coming to this. See, first point is BJP did not misread. BJP believes in manufacturing the people's mood. And that their effort of manufacturing a communal mood failed this time. That doesn't mean BJP is going to realize and don't use this strategy again. No, they are going to enforce the same strategy with much more vigor next time. That's what is happening. And now you can seriously read this when Prime Minister of this country himself directly violated the code of conduct during the elections and gave communal calls for the voters on what to do in the polling booth. And no institution in this country has the spine to stand up, or no Lutyens Delhi media has the spine to question that. That's the state of our democracy. And today, see, you can heckle Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you can say Congress is finished and all that, but there are people who are standing up against this nonsense. And that Rahul Gandhi should deserve a lot of respect for that, and the entire Congress party for rallying behind these ideas, not just behind the power. I think they deserve a lot of credit, and this is a good news for the democracy of India.